Then without a break, here it goes. Therefore, behold, I will allure her and bring her into the wilderness and speak tenderly to her. And there I will give her her vineyards and make the valley of Achor a door of hope. And there she shall answer as in the days of her youth, as at the time when she came out of the land of Egypt. And in that day, declares the Lord, you will call me my husband, and no longer will you call me my Baal. For I will remove the name of the Baals from her mouth, and they shall be remembered by name no more. And I will make for them a covenant on the day with the beasts of the fields, the birds of the heavens, and the creeping things of the ground. And I will abolish the bow, the sword, and the war from the land. And I will make you lie down in safety. And I will betroth you to me forever. I will betroth you to me in righteousness and in justice, in steadfast love and in mercy. I will betroth you to me in faithfulness. And you shall know the Lord. And in that day I will answer, declares the Lord. I will answer the heavens, and they shall answer the earth. And the earth shall answer the grain, the wine, and the oil. And they shall answer Jezreel. And I will sow her for myself in the land. And I will have mercy on no mercy. And I will say to not my people, you are my people. And he shall say, you are my God. Wow. That is power. I mean, God's love can do that. Imagine, okay, your spouse has left. I'm not going to pick out names because I'm afraid that'll just get too personal. Your spouse has left. But they don't just leave. They don't just go away and meet with another person. They haven't left you for another. They leave you for prostitution. I mean, imagine that. It's not that this man or this woman is better than you, but that they have left you to be with whoever they can be with. No matter what, I just want something else. What does that say? That's painful. That's what Hosea is going through. Gomer, who he married, bore him 3 sons. But imagine he's thinking, does this child really look like me? Is it mine or is it... Oh, man. That's what God's thinking. These are the children of sin. These aren't my children. Remember, he says, upon her children I will have no mercy, because they are children of wrath. But then at the end he comes back and he says, no, these were the names of Hosea's children. This is who God told Hosea to name his children, okay? Jezreel, no mercy, and not my people. He says, because I will have no mercy on them, and because they are not my people any longer. But then verse 23 says, and I will have mercy on no mercy. The children of wrath, the children of sin, I will claim as my own, because I love my bride. And I will say to not my people, being the name. This is, not my people is his name. And I will say to not my people, you are my people. God doesn't simply take them back when they eventually return. He pursues. Israel did not simply abandon God, but remember Josiah? What did he happen to run across and find in the temple? Oh, what's this book? I haven't seen this book before. The law. They forgot who God was. They forgot all about him. They've been going to their prostitution and whoredom for so long, they forgot about God. Israel left to go to prostitution and then forgot about God, but God never forgot about them. God pursued them. The true love of God has no room for abandonment. No matter how far away they got, God pursued them and tried to get them back. And what did he do once they returned? Once they finally said, it's better to be with my first husband, I will return to him. He didn't spurn them. He didn't keep them at a distance. But he romanced his bride. He took her in and showed her all the love he had for her. He drew her near and told her just how much he loved her. The identity of the body of Christ is founded in the fact that we are redeemed and forgiven. We played the whore, but God came after us. He didn't wait for us to turn back to Him. He came after us and pursued us and redeemed us. In order to start the work of the Father and function as the body of Christ, we have to start at the book of life. Who are we? We're alive and loved. We're forgiven, redeemed. As creation moved forth, God slowly lost His bride more and more. When Adam and Eve fell away, He eventually lost Cain and the rest of creation. Then He held on to Abraham. "You will be mine," and his descendants, blessing them with His love. But then Israel splits. There's Israel and Judah. Israel leaves Him. He's left with just Judah. But then even Judah leaves the Father. Through Christ, God redeems the entirety of His bride. Just as with a relationship. I mean, many of us, we've dated so many people, we've been married before, whatever. With each breakup, with each broken relationship, a little more of us is lost. Each time God's bride left Him, a little more of His bride was lost. He had Adam and Eve, the whole of creation. They left. He was left with Abraham and Israel. But then Israel split. He was left with Judah. Every time His bride left Him, He was left with a little bit less. And then Judah left. His bride is left for good. But God, through Christ, restored the whole of the bride. He made the bride whole again. There's no more of this little fragment here. Fragment here. There is the whole bride. The bride has returned. I have made it whole again. It's no longer just the Jews, or even the Gentiles. It's everybody. Creation is the bride of Christ. Just as when Jesus met the Samaritan woman, this is again from the teen class with Fred. Fred's doing a great job. He likes John chapter 4 with the whole Samaritan woman. He does a great job with that. Just as Jesus in John chapter 4 met the Samaritan woman, who had 5 husbands, she kept wanting more. "I will give you water so you will thirst no more." She had a need. She had left the Father. She needed to fill that need. So she kept looking and looking and looking and kept coming up short. But Jesus said, "I give you water that will make you thirst no more. I have the bridegroom that you were always meant to be. The one that will not leave you lacking. I can lead you there." Our adulterous relationships with sin have left us in want for more. And Jesus has offered us the one relationship that would restore us again. As the bride of Christ, we then start to imagine and get an image of who we are. So then, knowing who we are, what is our purpose? What is the purpose of the bride of Christ? The body. We often feel that the church is meant to fix the world. That's not the role of the church. The bride of Christ did not come about for the sake of fixing a broken creation. Rather, creation exists to realize the church. It's like a husband and wife. Tim and Mary just got a house. Why did Tim get the house? Why did Tim and Mary buy a house? Did they get the house so that Mary could clean it up and fix it? No. They got the house so that it could benefit the bride, so that it could benefit the two of them, so they could live in there. Not so they could fix the house, but that they could dwell in it. Creation was made for the bride, not bride for the creation. The bride's purpose is not to fix the house and destroy sin.